Welcome back to another unsolicited and uneducated football analysis with your friend David Valentine. This time, I'm out here in Phoenix, Arizona, on a business trip, and news for Orlando City have dropped. First, congratulate Facundo Torres as he has been selected as part of Uruguay's final roster going to Qatar. Anybody that ever had dreams of representing their country on anything knows that what Facundo Torres is going through is a moment, a highlight of his career. If he goes and has a great performance in the tournament, you can bet that people are gonna come knocking at our door, demanding to sign this player. His camp has already met with representatives of Arsenal. We don't know the scope of those conversations. The rumors were that if he were to sign with Arsenal, Arsenal was planning on offering 20 million pounds for the player. And if I am Orlando City, I will snatch the money out of their hands. So congratulations to Facundo. I have met Facundo several times. Got to meet him at the airport when he arrived here in Orlando. And aside from that, I have met and talked to his dad several times, and I find his family and the player as great people. That they just very humble. They just very hungry, and success is actually going their way. So hard work does pay off. Also, I would like to remind everybody that today we got the news that the great Junior Urso, the Brazilian, the Bear, has come to terms to terminate his contract with Orlando City. Unfortunately, it seems like there's a situation in his with his family where he has to go back to Brazil. The player doesn't have to tell us what it is or the nature of the situation. I would like to respect his privacy. But I wish him nothing but the best. All of God's blessings upon him and his family. They were always very happy to be here, happy to be part of this community. Uh, the club posted a video where of that interview they did with Urso when he first signed with Orlando, where he said he always wanted to be remembered as a winner, and I think he has done that. He's leaving us with a trophy, and again, great moments, great celebrations. It's just a sad moment when a player leaves, regardless if he's moving on because he's going to a new opportunity, or if the club has decided to let him go or whatever. Because it's human nature. We get attached to people. So I wish him nothing but the best. That leaves a wide open space in the midfield that hopefully Orlando City will be able to fill. The news about Junior are not like he just dropped a bomb on the club. Obviously, this probably have been going on for a while, where he knew he wanted to leave. Aside from that, Orlando City has also signed Luca Petrasso, Toronto native, Toronto homegrown, kid that mostly played in Toronto too, and has a lot of promise. The exchange was $300,000 in GAM. He looks like a player for the future. Don't know much about him. He has a highlight reel where he shows his moves, and that's all. We will have to wait for the preseason to see how much of an impact this player will have in Orlando City's plans in the future. Aside from that, let's see. Yep. So Orlando City is going into tomorrow or today, if you're whatever you're watching this, or if it has already taken place. Orlando City is going to the expansion draft. If you follow me on social media, you saw that I said that Orlando City was safe, but I forgot that Charlotte had a expansion draft last year. This is how crazy it is. It's just continues to they continue to happen, these expansion drafts, and It's hard to keep up. So as far as that, I have to tell you that it's rumored that Jacqueline may be on the move. Jacqueline is a product of St. Louis FC soccer football club from the USL. That club no longer exists. In lieu that St. Louis City is gonna be moving into the city. He's a St. Louis native, and he has expressed his desire to go back. Um, St. Louis probably would like to build upon a local kid. How will it work? And this is my speculation. St. Louis probably is going to pick a player that we want and then trade him to us for Jacqueline. So that's pretty much how it is. It's just a rumor. It might not happen. Who knows? The protected list for the expansion draft is Antonio Carlos, Ivan Angulo, Cesar Araujo, Alex Freeman, Pedro Galese, Gaston Gonzalez, Michael Holiday, Robin Jansen, Erchen Cara, Benji Michel, Andres Pereira, Mauricio Pereira. Puzzled by this one, Pereira has said in repeated interviews that he would like to go back to Uruguay, to retire there, to play for Nacional. There he is. So we don't know what's going to happen. Luca Petrasso, Wilfredo Rivera, Juan, Rodrigo Schlegel, Mason Starhar, Facundo Torres, Thomas Williams. Wilfredo Rivera has been on loan to Indy 11. Orlando City tends to loan out players, and that's the kiss of death. They never come back. Kid with a lot of talent that has proven playing for Puerto Rico that he has what it takes. Would love to see him back for obvious reasons because I'm Puerto Rican and I'm an Orlando City fan, and I'm biased. Now, the players that are going to be exposed to be picked up. Tesha Kindele, Wilder Cartagena, Joey Desar, Nicolas Giacchini, Adam Greenwis, Jack Lynn, Joao Moutinho, Jake Mulroney, Alexander Pato, Kyle Smith, Junior Urso. Well, obviously, we know that Junior Urso is leaving the league. Pato, I don't have hopes to see him back. I think he's done. If you ask me, we just can't. I mean, he's a great player with a big name recognition, but he has proven in 2 seasons that he cannot stay healthy. Cannot stay healthy. In my opinion, Kyle Smith, great guy. A Swiss knife. I would hate to lose this guy. Came here under the lowest of expectations and has become a fan favorite. So Kyle Smith definitely a player to be on the lookout. Jake Mulroney came from Atlanta. Some people he never lived up to the expectations. I don't see why expectations were that because we lost Gaston Gonzalez unexpectedly to injury, and we just had to find somebody to fill in the blank. Also, Jack Mulroney is a former Stevenage player, Stevenage FC, my English team, so I have a soft spot for the guy. Joao Moutinho, rumors are that he's going to be heading out to Serie A in Italy. Jacqueline, as we mentioned before, Adam Greenwis, cool hero, love the guy. I just think that if I can be honest, we can sign Otero to that third spot. Otero is obviously our starter in OCB, showing a lot of promise. The young Venezuelan is it has a high ceiling. This kid, high skill wise, he's everything that we will want as a number one in the future. And Adam Greenwich, honestly, maybe probably has ambitions of being a starter. So if Adam Greenwich moves on, I'm not going to be upset about that. Nicolas Gioacchini has underperformed in Orlando. To be honest with you, there's a reason why in Europe he was in second division, and it showed here. The reason why he has fallen out of the radar with the national team. Yeah, I'm not gonna cry if he leaves. Joey Desard, another fan favorite. The kid just a closer. Unfortunately, he had injuries this year that prevented him from playing. But I think that Joey Desar deserves more playing time. And if there's another team out there that can pick them and work him into a starter, by all means. I really like Joey, but if he leaves, he leaves. He has been a utility man for most of his time here, so I think he deserves better. And Wilder Cartagena, interesting choice. Wilder here's on loan. I think between him and Angulo, he was the odd man out. Angulo did beautifully. Cartagena did a great job, but you know, I guess somebody had to fill the spot, and Wilder it is. Lastly, Tesha Kindele, cold hero, fan favorite. Tesho is, in my opinion, at the end of his career, a lot of the talent and skill in the league has surpassed him, and it is very clear that Tesho already is looking into the future. He has a master's degree in finance, has a bachelor's degree in I believe in accounting. He is very active in the urbanism movement, and this is a guy that is gonna have a great career after he hangs his boots. So I don't see him being picked by any team. If I don't see him being picked. This is a player on at the end of his career, and yeah, I mean, great dude on a personal level. But I think personally, I just don't see his heart into football. I think he is already looking into the future, and he's gonna do great on whatever he touches. He has a fantastic attitude for that. And I understand, I get it. The guy's been playing football since his teens, since he was a kid, and maybe it's time now to pursue other passions. So I get it. With that said, my friends, so tomorrow Friday, as I am recording this, it's gonna be the expansion draft. We should be seeing a lot of players being shown the door as the offseason progresses. For Orlando City, it's going to be a very short preseason. So we expect us to be ready to go into CCL. Quick thing about CCL, because I have mentioned it on my social media already. Probably the worst draw that Orlando City could have had against Club de Fútbol Tigres de la Universidad Autónoma de Nuevo León. I mean, Tigres is a giant of North American football. It's going to be a tall task for Orlando City. Winning is not impossible, but it's going to be really tough. I mean, if you look at all the teams that were on the table, it's funny to me that the one team that makes CCL on a technicality, which is Austin FC, gets the weakest team, which is Violet out of Haiti. But again, there's no small or big rival in front of you, and a lot of things can happen. Personally, what I want to gain out of CCL is the international experience, the reputation, and just perform at a good level and start setting ourselves goals for the future to do better and better and better. With that said, my friends, I can be found at Florida_man76 on Twitter. And remind everybody of Loud and Proud Orlando podcast with my friends Paola and Luis. We should be retaking soon. We're just taking some time off. Luis is in Peru, and Paola just recently got married and is doing her thing. And so we probably, maybe in December, we'll come together to do a recap of players that left, players that have been signed. Obviously, at that point, we'll have a better picture of what's going on with the World Cup. And then in January, obviously, once again, start cranking out shows talking about Orlando City. So if you like to consume content about Orlando City, I'm here, the legendary David. Just give me a thumbs up and a subscription. I will appreciate that. With nothing else to be said, thank you guys for watching. Vamos Orlando. May God bless you.